disruption looking on the grid. Dennis also and Holgado, along with the likes of Mino and Moreira, have gone for the harder option.
Members of the paddock though with the all-night parties and burnouts, but yeah, it's
both of your riders.
They are a bit nervous now because they are in the front row. They know they have a
pole now in round 3 for Sergio Garcia, 2nd and 3rd in the world.
Qualifying since Emilia Romagna last year, ahead of Joel Kelso and Daniel Holgado, both taking their Carlos Tatai. Scott Ogden is at the front of row 7, ahead of Mario Aggi and Elia Bart, and then the final left-hander. But on the final lap with the finish line,
freestyle, lights out. Sergio Garcia got away pretty well from pole position. There's been a really good start as well from Joel Kelso.
Mate Tatsuki Suzuki, it looks like he's picked up one into 10th position, but Foggia will be certain
then to get good rhythm through this turn 4 and then pick up some slipstream down this long back straight.
The inside of Ethan Guerrero has to slot in behind. Foggia has gone back to where he's
time of asking, just under 0.3 of a second clears. Ethan Guevara moves into 2nd place. Nice move on the inside of Sasaki.
So expecting to serve that next time around.
No great forward progress being made as yet by two big...
With his teammate Adrian Fernandez, they're in 18th and 19th, a wide line there for what looked like...
...of it. They've been warned. There was a pep talk post-Mandalika about how they were racing together with barely 2 laps completed.
Sasaki then is getting a little bit attached at this early behind Artigas.
So we're coming through this fast turn 6 now. Will Sasaki sweep into the long lap penalty? It's 3 seconds time to recover. He's going to lose a whole bunch of places here. A human decisive early break like he hoped for yesterday after taking that pole position. Guevara now sitting the front. Yeah, I make Sergio Garcia behind him. Guevara
position just ahead of the 2 winners we've had so far this season. Mino has not made any real progress.
Guevara and his teammate on the second gas machine, Garcia, just stream.
Moreira as well. He's now going up the inside. There he is. Masia just disappearing out of picture as he's...
It's been a barnstorming second lap from Jama Masia. I think he started it.
Here, look, 2 riders trying to go around the outside of him, Holgado and Suzuki. Suzuki, though, is eased out wide. He's now got...
He's got clear track to try and bridge that gap then to Sergio Garcia, also to get himself inside that top 10.
And Sasaki's gained a couple of places after serving...
That was Masia, I think, just had a shot. He got in hot there into turn 5. He's got to be patient here. He's done all that...
battling behind to really take advantage of that. Artigas and Moreira from his 9th position grid slot into 8th.
Well, Pedro Acosta was the star rookie in Moto.
Aspar team want to see. They're too busy deciding who's going to lead.
Mistakes on that previous lap then that cost him a lot of time. He's let Moreira then now through into 3rd for America. Brilliant stuff from the rookie.
You can see the gap between the leading 2 and the battle behind them. Moreira was 2 and a Red Bull KTM IO 3-4.
Sasaki in 12th.
Mino's getting up to speed now as well. He's just got the inside of Moreira.
Race battle. If you threw the checkered flag out now, Ethan Guevara beats his teammate. That was a bad turn 12. Maybe he got the exit wrong on turn 11 for Holgado.
You could see for Mino.
This was the start of the Grand Prix, then it was a great launch from the pole position into the point scoring places now as the local wildlife gets scattered around by the noise of these pocket.
Mino once again up the inside of Diogo Moreira. They're battling each other for 4th position.
10th clear of his teammate Garcia.
Still no real progress for Dennis Foggia. His team has given up on Artigas, who put in such a good performance 2 weeks ago.
In podium contention right now is Guevara and Garcia.
Relatively lowly by his standards grid position. He's only in 14th in the minute, having started
lap 7, but Rossi has found a way back through on our World Championship leader.
Sector 2, we saw Diogo Moreira getting very wide through turn 9 a moment ago. Anna Carrasco, unfortunately, who did along this unspoken agreement between the 2 Aspar riders on the instructions from Gino Bolsoi to work pretty well into turn 5, but the top 2, the advantage that...
Easy for him down in 12th place in the World Championship. He's due a win as well, winless since the opening grottle. Holgado and that group behind him are just struggling a little bit for rhythm at this time.
Of turn 14, the final corner, so the Aspar riders have now been split. Guevara, will he now begin to up the pace?
Garcia, so in the blink of an eye, Sergio Garcia
at the moment for the Tech 3 team. Both of their riders, Fernandez and Onchu now, are finally getting up to speed.
Yeah, you just wonder whether Foggia just felt like he had through the first corner. It's advantage Matthew though as they go into turn 2.
Key lap now for the 2 Leopard riders at the back.
Just seen there on the gas trying to pick up the speed through turn number 4. He's just sat up.
Seen in the past, very difficult to shift once he's at the front, and Foggia looks like he's really closing the
groove. Once he got to the front of that second pack with clear track in front of him, he's just been able to click in. Masia and Garcia fan out across the track. They both use some slipstream to fire their way through on Andre Mino.
Moment, but that is closing with every sector. Mino now with a bit of a bold move up the inside of Masia. Masia just has to let him go up the inside. He might be
perfect for Foggia. This is exactly what he's needed. He's wanted Mino. Decided to turn 12. Here he comes. Is he going to get 2 for the price of 1? He looks like he's certainly got.
See him on the second of the Blue Leopard bikes in 6th, and a shout out to some of the riders further back.
Rear tyre coming through from 11th. He didn't really find any sort of forward Hondo. It's Garcia, the poleman, who still leads. Here comes Giammatteo though on the inside of Foggia.
Make a move from there. Giammatteo, as we've told you, our most recent Moto3 winner here, took his first ever Grand Prix victory. Fortunately, the sole Aspar rider in this group is the rider in the front because
It was the race leader looking so cool, so comfortable. Go to Austin, round 4 next weekend as the Moto3, though just on the fringe of the top 10 there. He started from a career best 5th place. He's got some good mid-race pace as well. I think too rash to lift up his teammate Dennis Foggia.
Now he's trying to get past Moreira. He looked like he was up the inside into turn 1 there, Tatai. That would put him up into 7th place. And we've seen suffer breakdowns and forced to either pull into the pits or stop out on circuit. We're on board then. Keep an eye on him in the second half of this lap to see if he can make a move.
Race leader, there is confirmation of Scott Ogden retiring as again. Was that Foggia, who's clearly the most aggressive man and one of the
Moto3. There are 2 or 3 riders waiting to ride straight through the gap.
This is a pretty intense on the inside into turn 5, and that's a successful raid. Italian.
And 7, he's got up the inside there, but Mino late on the brakes. For all we speak about Mino's straight line.
Can you believe it? Andre Mino was in a tangle with Sasaki in the last race in May.
He seemed to suggest as if it was Mino's fault. He was gesturing at him, and of course, there he is, just rubbing up the inside. Unfortunately, it's under investigation. Mino, we go up the inside. Massey is taking the racing line through there, unfortunately.
Andre Mino, that's contact, front tyre on Giammatteo's right upper arm. This is going to fire Massey down on that left elbow and that left shoulder as well. Easily could have snapped the old collarbone there, couldn't he?
And Kelso, who now complete the top 10.
This race so far, Rossi was fighting hard there for 3rd place, wasn't he? I think he briefly got up the inside of Tatsuki Suzuki, so there'll be a lot of daylight between themselves and the chasing pack in the championship going to round 4.
Understandable disappointment then. Pretty cross with that, but I could understand Mino having a go there. Like I say,
there was room.
There was room, but
he's been able to keep that sort of gap back to the 2 Leopard Hondas of about halfway through again. Rossi's having a pretty good battle with Suzuki here.
Inside once again. He's tried that a few times, he's telegraphed it a few times, but unfortunately he can't get the bike.
The fact that some big name rivals like Guevara, Mina, Massey are up Sasaki into turn 13.
Personal best lap of the race that time around for Dennis Akiayo, perhaps going over for a chat now to see what Andre Mino's intentions are.
I think Matt briefly out the seat there on that Husqvarna machine. Does he try to...
Carlos Tate, the gap is closing ever so slightly. You can now see it on your screen. Foggia has back straight. That's what it's probably going to come down to. If Foggia can get close on...
He saw Tatai rescue a podium from a long lap penalty in Mandalika 2 in the first 2 Grand Prix. There's confirmation then that Sergio Garcia would take a slender 4-point out. At the moment, Toba down in 8th place.
I'm interested by Tatsuki Suzuki's role. Rider set personal best laps of the race last time around, 1:49.1 for the pair of them, but it was only a 10th faster than Garcia.
Wrestling and fighting for that 2nd place. That was very, very twitchy from Sergio Garcia.
To release that one and now have to play the long game. One more lap to go as they come through this left-hander to start the final for Sasaki as well in 4th position. It's between the top 3 you would see at the moment. Can Suzuki get in amongst them?
On through then on Garcia into turn number 5 now. Surely he's going to offer...
Foggia, you'd imagine, will be safe from here. You wouldn't imagine Suzuki's going to have a go at him in the final sector of the race.
Side of Suzuki into turn number 9. Has he got anything left now then for our race leader, Dennis Foggia? Is there going to be more drama? Garcia looks like he might have taken it. Garcia does take it. He wins here in Termas de Rio Honda. Brilliant last sector, a brilliant last corner for Sergio Garcia. He was 3rd in that final couple of corners. Got Dennis Foggia. He's
halfway around that final lap. When Suzuki passed him into turn 5, it looked boom. Knew he had to release that one, and look at the battle for 3rd position. Sasaki pulling on the championship and 2nd going to Austin. Garcia takes it.
Foggia wearing some of Sergio Garcia's Dunlop front rubber there as he came through that final course. In fact, the top 7 men were covered by less than 3 quarters.
2 incredible moves, wasn't it, from and to still stay within closing distance, within touching distance of Dennis Foggia.